Just sitting at the top of Noel, looking out to Tuhua, to the Moana. I've just got something to share with everyone this morning, and I've written it down so that I can read it and be clearer about what I want to say and what I need to say. I've never done this before, so bear with me, and yeah, it's just something that needs to be done. I have an announcement to make on behalf of my kids and I, and perhaps it will shock a lot of you, and perhaps it will help some of you find some comfort. Before I do that, just like to encourage you to share this feed, and I guess it'll set the cat amongst the pigeons. So I'm going to start reading from my paper now, because I'll stuff it up if I don't. To those of you who know me and know that I've always tried to do what's right, I haven't always had the loudest voice, but today I don't have any choice, and I just need to tell it how it is. We've decided not to give our unveiling. I've wrestled with this idea of commemorating Awa and pretty much perpetuating the illusion that he projected about who he was, who he wanted us to believe he was. Going down the path of preparing for his day made me feel more like an accomplice of his real life, a keeper of the secret. The people I would talk to in passing would extol his virtues, and I would smile politely, and on the inside be swallowing back my own vomit. Don't get me wrong, I still have love for Awa, even now, because I understand the cycle. When my kids were growing up in Otaki, and when different ones of them would transgress or do something wrong, whether it be in public or in our own time at home or at kura, Awa would always insist that we take our whole family along to the biggest forum he could muster, usually at kura. There our kids would be figuratively stripped naked and shamed into line, and then he would self-impose stupid, over-the-top punishments. In hindsight, I see it was just playing out his fantasies. So it is only fair that we use the same tikanga when dealing with his transgressions. So this is the biggest forum I can muster. I'd like to remind you that when I met at the age of 15 and got together at the age of 18, and lived as husband and wife for 26 years. We share 5 of his children, and to be quite honest, I'm the only person with authority to speak about him in the way that I'm about to. You know, I thought that one of the hardest things a wife or a partner could ever possibly endure at the hands of her husband was infidelity. Awa, who didn't subscribe to being mediocre, proved that he was never faithful throughout our entire marriage. The man I not only trusted, loved and believed in was a fraud after all. The man who I thought had mana and dignity was loyal, generous, kind, faithful, had integrity. That was not who he was behind his clay mask. Awa was the great Wizard of Oz, a huge, towering, commanding voice, but really a shriveled up, soulless, cowering shadow of a man behind it. And that makes me really sad. You know, sad is the best word to describe it. Just 3 little words sums up everything. This whole thing has just been really fucking sad. So the night before we buried Awa, I was torn between hearing all of the tributes and accolades being attributed to him, while also knowing the deep pain and personal grief that he had caused our immediate family and others out there too. And it was no fucking contest. Those good deeds that Awa did for individuals will live on in the memory of their lifetimes. However, the pain and suffering he caused others may live on for generations to come if things are left unsaid. It was after the tangi when I truly learnt what it was to suffer and to watch those you love suffer is torture. Wishing you could swallow up their pain, feeling as helpless as fuck. I witnessed my kids literally imploding and exploding. My world still being manipulated from the grave. So the truth is, when Awa was a young boy, his father stole his soul and made him keep the secret. His father, Milton Leslie Black, repeatedly sexually abused him over a lifetime, in turn creating the same behaviour in Awa. Awa became a pedophile, and over the years honing his skills, waiting for that perfect moment he had preordained to steal the innocence of others. Fuck! I wondered why Awa invited so many young people through our home over the years, and I thought it was to be a good auntie and uncle. I know differently now. I can only imagine how compromised one would feel, so exposed, raw and vulnerable to all of you babies he stole from. I am so extremely sorry and devastated. You are all my babies now, and I'll do what I can to help you navigate through your healing process. But here's where you can take your power back. Okay, not the face like this. I give you permission to speak your truth. We give you permission to speak your truth. Take back the power of the secret. It has no power in the light. Give yourself permission to be heard. Be it a whisper or a blood-curdling scream, just be heard. Well, you think it might have ended there, but unfortunately, Awa, being the extraordinary overachiever he was, it didn't stop there for him. He became a predator, a recruiter, a teacher, a pimp, a ringleader of one of the many child-adult sex rings here in his beloved Tauranga Moana, and he took that shit nationwide with all of his contacts in every stream of life. They would recruit the innocent after extracting their will and share them around like a box of beer, consuming every last drop and discarding the empty vessels into the gutter, soulless, cold and broken. So I'm talking to you, those who live in the secret, those who are of the secret. Rise up and take back your power, because it's fucking time. This silence is a violence to the soul. And that's where I want to leave it.